Hello, one and all. This is Luckless Lovelocks, and welcome back to Whispers of a Machine. Quick recap from the last episode. After leaving Katerina to recover, Vera met with Stina to report on what she's learned. Stina mentioned that she had an argument with a friend today, which I think could be important, and then told us that the Church of EPOS was recently granted embassy status, which is where we're at right now. If we're discovered unwanted in the church, they have the right to gun us down without repercussions. But if we can find evidence that EPOS is responsible for the killings, we can get a diplomatic warrant. Vera had another talk with Alex in the evening, where he said he'd give anything for another shot to change things, consequences be damned. But Vera expressed that she wasn't sure if she would change things, as it would mean betraying a lot of what she stands for. Vera then woke up to a new power. She's now able to mimic other people after studying them. And of course, after uncovering a rune tattoo on the skin of Leonard, rearranging it like puzzle pieces, which is weird, Vera found out that the church is receiving a special guest. She tracked the guest down, mimicked her, as you can see right here, and is, of course, now we're inside the church searching for evidence under the threat of death. And we know nothing about this woman that we're mimicking, so it's going to be interesting if we're confronted how, like, I have no idea how to respond. Anyways, let's start investigating the church. This strange, like, I have no idea what that is. Oh, ventilation panel.
A ventilation panel. Can't reach it from here.
This kind of looks like a ladder.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Exodus 23. Suppose it wouldn't be a church without a Bible quote or two.
Huh.
Oh, hello, Reverend. Sorry about the noise. The assembly hall is to your right, past the locker room.
Thank you.
Okay, I didn't really want to, I wanted to check out the filing cabinet.
Not a bad idea, but I'll need to get rid of the guard first.
Right, so push the filing cabinet so we can go into the ventilation shaft. Let's go talk to the guard.
An armed guard. There's likely more of them around, so I should be careful.
Maybe not.
That door must lead deeper into the complex. I'll have to try to find a way past, but I can't get close without alerting that guard. Looks like a timeline of how the EPOS seal has changed over the years.
Okay. That logo looks like the tattoo, right? Down here. So Leonard was a member of EPOS.
The original EPOS logo from before the collapse.
They were around even before the collapse, too.
The second version of the EPOS logo from sometime after the collapse. The third version of the EPOS logo, designed about 15 years ago.
15 years.
The current version of the EPOS logo. No way. It's the tattoo design. That must mean Leonard is a member of EPOS. Or, well, he was, at some point at least.
Interesting. The plot thickens.
I'll get rid of the sketch, now that I've identified the symbol.
Okay. Let's go. I guess we have to go over here. Is there some way I can get rid of the guard? With what I have.
I don't see anything out of the ordinary.
Okay, let's go. Safety deposit boxes, a faucet, a pool, and a doorway.
It says LD on this box right here.
Leonard.
That's gotta be Leonard Dahl. Locked, obviously.
Ah, the key.
Got a written piece of paper. Grandmaster Otto, if you are reading this, it means that I have failed. I'm sorry, but I didn't want to involve the church unless absolutely necessary. My brother has some things for you. They will be self-explanatory. I told him to only give them up to the person who repeats the famous quote from my favorite book. I'm sure you remember. Blessings from Leonard, your most humble and loyal servant. Seems like Leonard was up to something shady. I'll have to find his brother and figure out what the quote is.
Leonard's brother. Book quote. Okay, so he did have a bunch of books in his little apartment. Faucet.
I did that already.
Okay.
It's filling up fast and should overflow
Oh,
soon.
I see. That's how we can get rid of the guard. What if we go back now?
All right, let's see if this works.
What the heck?
That should keep him busy for a while.
Okay. Okay.
Ugh, it's stuck.
Well, we've got the strength. Oh, we're using it.
All right, it's loose now.
The hell is that noise?
Uh-oh.
Shit.
We've got an intruder!
Oh no, we went too far. Oh man, all right, okay. I failed, I guess. I guess I push it. Oh, I need to wait for the sound. I need to wait for the sound. That's what it is.
Ugh, it's stuck. All right, it's loose now.
Okay, and since we used our muscle boost, we lost our mimicry power, I guess. Let's wait for the sound. Now we can get to the panel. Okay. Well, I died once. Big vent. Can I? Oh, I can mimic her again. I should have done that.
6 new members over the last month. The Bacarbo parish is also doing better now.
They managed to resolve their financial difficulties?
Oh yes, Elsa is doing great work there. Sending her on our behalf was the right call. That brings us to the subject of these horrid murders.
Vile acts, for certain. I pray that the church will stay clear of any blame.
Why shouldn't it? We had nothing to do with those atrocities.
I know that, old friend. But surely our enemies will not ignore an opportunity like this.
I suppose so. Our violent past coming back to haunt us.
Sadly, the fact that one of our people was victimized will inevitably draw eyes upon the church.
Yes, maybe it's in our best interest to invite the police as a gesture of good faith.
It would certainly show them that we have nothing to hide.
Very well. Let's bring the subject to a vote at the council tonight.
Was that old guy the guy that we were sitting next to on the train?
At the very least, it seems like the church leadership didn't sanction the murders. I'll wait a bit and see if they leave.
If it wasn't him, it looked like him. Okay, should I? All right, so I could still transform into her.
Administrative paperwork. I don't think it's safe to go back that way.
Okay.
Wow, that's a lot of books. They have an impressive library here. Wow, that's a lot of books. They have an impressive library here.
Go to the exit? We don't have any other options, right?
Welcome, visitor.
Oh.
You can drop the smoke and mirrors.
Oh, he knows.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. While you may fool my younger cohorts, this old man has had dealings with your kind before. Please do me the courtesy of removing that mask. Thank you. Much better circumstances for a civil conversation, wouldn't you say?
I guess so. I was half expecting you to yell for the guards.
Luckily, I am a man who defies expectations. Special Agent, Violent Crimes Central Bureau.
Oh, it's you again.
It is
The man
him.
from the train.
Indeed. I never forget a face, but I'm afraid I didn't catch your name.
It's Agent England.
Ah, I am Vilgood. I assume you are aware of our legal status.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not here to cause any trouble. Just trying to do my job.
Why would you cause trouble? That sounds quite unnecessary.
Well, if, let's say, you were sheltering a murderer, I would have no choice.
Good thing there are no murderers here, then, for all parties involved.
Yeah. I overheard what you said to that priest. It's clear to me that you had nothing to do with the killings.
That's a relief. With that unpleasantry taken care of, perhaps I can be of assistance.
Oh, nice. We can talk to him about whatever we want. Let's just start from the top.
What do you know about the murder in the workshop hall?
Not much at all. Only that a carpenter was brutally killed there in the night.
What do you know about the murder in the museum?
Only what my fellow church members have told me. That Maya Strand was stabbed to death by a mysterious killer.
Okay.
What's your take on the conduit?
Oh, those heretics? Haven't heard anything of them in many years. As far as I know, they are firmly confined to the ash heap of history by now.
Some might argue with that.
Interesting.
Your church has a violent past with them, hasn't it?
There's no denying that. We fought many battles with their kind in the youth of our movement.
And now?
Don't be absurd. They are practically eradicated, and we have been a peaceful group for decades.
What do you think about their teachings then?
Certainly dangerous doctrines if left unchecked. The conduit believes humans will create God in their image, instead of the other way around. In their folly, they forget that humans are flawed, and that their creations will inevitably inherit those flaws. The false God they aspire to create may demand sacrifices they're not prepared for.
Interesting.
So Leonard Dahl, one of your members, was killed yesterday.
I had a feeling your inquiry would lead us to him.
Can you think of anyone who would want him dead?
No, he was a loyal member of the church for many years. Kind of a loner, but always helpful and polite. He did have a strangeness to him, though. A look in his eyes like he was stuck in perpetual contemplation. It seemed as if he was constantly on the verge of, but never quite able to reach, some sort of profound revelation.
Any hint of a violent side to him?
No. To my knowledge, Leonard never committed any violence, nor did he express any desire to do so.
I feel like maybe he was manipulated.
This church, EPOS, what are your teachings?
At our core, we are an Orthodox Christian church.
Okay.
Believe in the one true God and his only Son, Jesus Christ.
And what sets your group apart from other Christians?
Two things. The reverence of the essential humanity in each and every one of us, and our stalwart opposition to false idols. Prior to the collapse, the great flood of our time, we arose as a reaction to the disgraceful habits of that era. The widespread worship of anything and everything but God. Wealth, fame, mindless pleasure. The sickening mutilation of our bodies to the point where some were more machine than human. And the worst of all, the pursuit of AI superintelligences. False gods that humans aspired to construct for themselves. We oppose it all for the glory of our Creator and the salvation in our future.
And how do you go about preventing people from worshiping these false gods?
Not by violence, if that's what you're implying. Such things belong to the past.
So it's just a coincidence that the only armed man I've seen in Nordson was right behind your doors?
Sadly, the world is still in a state where men with guns are a necessary evil. However, no laws have been broken. We have every right to bear arms.
Despite him seeming pretty reasonable, he did also seem pretty angry there. And I wonder how he feels about us and our augmentations taking the blue.
Do you know what kinds of books Leonard liked to read?
One book he borrowed frequently recently was "The Kingdom of God is Within You." In fact, it still hasn't been returned. It should be among his estate.
So we can go back and look at his
Would you
books.
be able to say if he had any favorite quotes from that book?
No, you should ask someone who spent more time with him.
Fine, I'll do that. What kind of book is it anyway?
It's about non-violence, to summarize.
Huh.
Got it. Thanks.
Okay. So he was a proponent of nonviolence. Okay.
What do you know about Carl Oscarson?
I must confess I didn't even know his name before I heard he was a murder victim.
Do you know who Katarina Berg is, the school teacher? She also calls herself Melinda.
I believe I've seen her around town with the school children, but I don't know much about her.
See, this guy should be the commissary. He at least knows who she is.
What do you think of Commissary Anderson?
He's no member of the church, but he's a fine man blessed with strong Christian morals. Compassionate, forgiving, and open-minded. I was good friends with his late father, and I'm glad to see that his son followed in his footsteps.
Okay.
What's your opinion on Stina Ruth?
Cunning woman.
Yeah.
She's been a thorn in our side ever since she joined the town council.
Yeah? How so?
She has a penchant for political obstruction. Things like hindering our building permits or imposing unreasonable restrictions on our street preaching.
Why do you think she's been acting that way?
If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say she has some kind of grudge. Some Christian out there must have greatly angered her at some point.
She said she had an argument yesterday.
What's your opinion on Maya Strand?
She was my polar opposite in almost every way. But I enjoyed the occasional late-night chess game with her in the canteen. It's fascinating how trivial activities like board games can bring such different people together. Goes without saying that I was as shocked and appalled as anyone when I learned of what happened to her.
What's your opinion on Dr. Pearson?
He and I have quite different takes on life and death, to put it lightly. But alas, a man of my age needs to see a physician regularly to keep the Grim Reaper at bay. So I grit my teeth and endure half an hour of his morbid humor for the sake of my health.
What do you think of Gabriel?
Kurt's nephew. We only met briefly a few times.
What do you think of Walter?
I don't know him well, but he seems like the kind of man who plays the part of the clown to hide a deep wound.
Interesting.
Do you know who Leonard Dahl's brother is?
I believe his name is Rolf. Quite a shady character, if you ask me.
Rolf.
Oh, the gardener, right?
Yes, that's him.
Oh, that's the guy that we met in the canteen.
What can you tell me about Rolf?
Not my favorite person. He mocked the Lord when I first met him, and I don't take kindly to that sort of behavior.
Okay, I guess that's it. Trying to think if...
Recognize this?
I do. Read it even many years ago.
Know thy enemy?
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's anything else he'd be interested in seeing.
I'll keep it to myself.
Okay.
I don't want the church to know too much about the case.
Okay, I think that's it. I mean, I didn't have the lie detector on him, but I didn't get the impression he was really lying about anything. Just in case, though.
So Leonard Dahl, one of your members, was killed yesterday. Can you think of anyone who would want him dead?
No. He was a loyal member of the church for many years. Kind of a loner, but always helpful and polite. He did have a strangeness to him, though. A look in his eyes like he was stuck in perpetual contemplation. It seemed as if he was constantly on the verge of, but never quite able to reach, some sort of profound revelation.
Any hint of a violent side to
This, he might be lying here.
No. To my knowledge, Leonard never committed any violence, nor did he
Okay.
express any desire to do so.
Was there any other answer? Stina?
What's your opinion on Maya Strand?
She was my polar opposite in almost every way. But I enjoyed the occasion. It's fast goes.
I don't think he's lying. Okay.
That's all, for now.
Understood. I'll be here if you have more inquiries.
So we can come back whenever we want to. Let's do a quick scan. Can I
I don't need to mimic him.
Ah, that's too bad. Anything else I want to scan while I'm here? Leonard's DNA, maybe? No. Okay. Guess we're taking off. I don't think there's anything else to do here.
Oh, the passage led back here. Good. Since I left the door unlocked behind me, I'll be able to come back the same way.
Perfect. Okay, first things first, let's go back to the recycling center. See if we can find that book and the quote. Do I have to do archived? Okay.
There it is, the book from the library. Got it.
Let's take a look at it.
The Kingdom of God is Within You by Leo Tolstoy. This looks ancient, pre-collapse for sure. A number of pages are marked in the margins, likely to easily find them. Even if one of the marked pages contains the quote I need, there's too much text. I'll need more to go on. Maybe someone who had regular contact with Leonard would know the quote if they saw it.
Let's go to his brother. Mimir, he should be here, right? Doing the gardening. Rolf.
Hello, Rolf.
Hey, look, I'm pretty busy here. Not really a good time to talk.
This can't wait. You heard about your brother, right?
It's a small town, what do you think?
Sorry about your loss, but I really need to ask you some questions.
Fine.
I guess we can skip the stuff because we had already talked to him about a lot of these things.
Do you know who Katerina Berg is, the school teacher? She also calls herself Melinda.
Sure, I've seen her around, but that's pretty much it.
I'm gonna put this on. Everything he says sounds like a freaking lie.
Do you know who Katerina Berg is, the school teacher? She also calls herself Melinda.
Sure, I've seen her around, but that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Did you know Carl Oscarson?
Not really. But like many other people, we had some contact in our work.
Okay. What was your impression?
I don't remember the answers he
Nice
gave.
guy. Too nice. I'd even go so far as to call him gullible. Wouldn't be surprised if that's what got him killed.
That's so. You think he trusted the wrong person?
I'm just thinking out loud here, but yeah, it wouldn't be a shocker.
Also, I think they give different answers.
What's your opinion on Commissary Anderson?
For a chief of police, he's all right. He's actually fair, unlike some of his underlings.
How so? You think they're harassing you?
Oh yeah, I remember this. Okay.
Abso-friggin-lutely. One little...
Okay. What about Gabriel?
What's your opinion on Gabriel?
The cop? Can't say I enjoy his company. Last time we met, he gave me a couple of nasty
It's not lying.
bruises.
Resisting arrest?
That'd certainly be how he'd justify it.
Not lying.
What do you think of Walter?
He's kind of a loon, isn't he? And coming from me, that's saying a lot.
He knows who he is. Let's get into it.
What kind of relationship did you have with your brother?
The sibling kind. We weren't enemies, if that's what you're asking. The rest is really none of your business.
Well, I'm investigating his murder, so it kind of is my business. Thank you very much.
What can you tell me about yourself, Rolf?
I'm not in the mood for small talk. Ask your questions so I can get back to work.
Wow.
I should keep this to myself. Or he might figure out that I'm not the person Leonard wanted to have the evidence.
Okay.
What do you know about the conduit?
You know I'm a gardener, not an electrician, right?
That's not... Never mind. I'm sorry, Rolf, but I have to ask you about your brother's death.
I know, and I wish I had something to give you, but I don't know what happened.
So you have no idea who'd want to kill Leonard?
It's gotta be the nutjob who killed those other people, right?
It's possible, but far from certain. When was the last time you talked to your brother?
A week and a half ago, or so.
Okay. How did he seem? What did you two discuss?
He was his usual self, but what we talked about is private.
Look, every little detail matters. What he said could be the key to finding his killer.
I'm not gonna betray his trust. If you want to arrest me, go ahead. But that's all I'm gonna say.
Wow. So a week and a half ago, that would have put it before the first murder, before Maya's murder.
What can you tell me about the Church of EPOS? I know for a fact that your brother was a member.
So? That's not a crime.
Come on, Rolf, work with me. Don't you want me to catch your brother's killer?
Yes, he was a member, but I'm not. I spent 10 years trying to get him out of that place.
Why would you do that?
Because he changed. He became this sullen, slow, serious, fucking block of a person. He used to be so full of life, you know? I know he died just yesterday, but the Leonard I grew up with, he's been dead for a long time.
I understand, Rolf. Thanks for sharing. No, I don't want to tip him off before I figured out the exact quote.
So who can we talk to that knows Leonard? Who else?
I should keep this to myself.
Is there anything else I could show him? Katerina? I don't see the point of doing that.
That's it, for now.
Good.
Well, that wasn't what I was expecting. I guess his coworker, right? He's probably who we need to talk to. He was in the canteen.
Can you answer a few more questions?
I suppose.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, we didn't really talk to him about much of anything. Let's just get right to the book quote.
Do you remember Leonard quoting a book?
He used to say this phrase every now and then. Not sure if it's from a book, though.
Yeah? What was the saying?
I don't remember exactly. Something about life and being human, I think. Sorry, might recognize it if I saw it.
So this is what we need to tell his brother for him to open up.
Have a look at these marked pages. Does anything remind you of things Leonard used
This
to
quote.
say?
Give me a minute, will you?
Sure.
Here. The sole meaning of life is to serve humanity. Leonard used to say that whenever I was late for work.
Perfect. Thanks.
No problem.
Okay, so we got that quote.
I'll let you get back to your
That's
journey.
what it said, right, on the
Okay,
note?
good luck.
Grandmaster Otto. If you are reading this, it means that I have failed.
Grandmaster Otto.
I'm sorry, but I didn't want to involve the church unless absolutely necessary. My brother has some things for you. They will be self-explanatory. I told him to only give them up to the person who repeats the famous quote, "Blessings from Leonard."
Okay. Let's go give him the quote.
Hey, I had a few more inquiries.
Fine.
The sole meaning of life is to serve humanity.
I don't believe this.
You have something for me, Rolf?
I guess so. You know, you're the last person I was expecting. Was my brother a police informant?
Yeah. We were building a case, but that's all I'm at liberty to say.
Okay.
Shit. That's crazy. Wait here, I'll be right back. Here, now go bury the bastard that killed my brother.
I'll do my very best.
Perfect. Some kind of package.
Got rid of the note. No need to hold on to that.
I really like that. That's like one of those things that is a classic style adventure game, but that's one of those modern touches that's really nice. Like with those old games, you often end up carrying around a bunch of stuff and you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm ever gonna have to use this again. It's funny though, because Thimbleweed Park, which is another modern classic adventure game, has the exact opposite approach. You pick up all this stuff and it's riffing off of classic adventure game tropes, right? Like it's playing with them. Like you even pick up specks of dust and stuff like that. So it's interesting that this is taking is making some adjustments to the formula, whereas Thimbleweed Park was just kind of poking fun at the formula.
Let's see here. There was an audio tape and a few documents inside. These look like surveillance reports. It seems that Leonard was investigating Carl, Katerina, and Maya.
Yeah.
The museum, the junk heap, and the apartment at Mimir Road are all mentioned as locations of interest. Leonard must have followed them around town and documented their activities. There's not much new to me in here, but there's mention of multiple tape recordings. Maybe they can offer some other clue to the killer. I need to figure out some way to play that tape.
So it's possible he was just doing it on his own. It's possible he was doing it for the church. It's also possible, I think, that Stina was using him somehow. She has powers. She could possibly have powers like us as well, right? That she could have used to manipulate him. Well, we know how to listen to that tape. I like how we've just kept we just kept the door open on the hidden room so anyone could just walk in and check it out.
This tape is in pretty bad shape, but I might be able to do something with this machine here. All right, looks like the machine has analyzed the tape. Maybe I can reduce some or all of this noise.
Ooh, a puzzle. Jeez. What is this?
I think I need to work with smaller sections of the tape by using those two yellow selection sliders.
Oh, I see. Okay. Rain and wind. So if we can get like the rain and isolate it. Successfully filtered. Okay, so we've got the rain filter. So that's what that is. What is this?
I shouldn't do that before I filtered out all the noise.
So this is like... That's the wind. This is like the creaking. And what's this? Thunder. And then we're probably going to have to up the volume. Amplification. Okay, let's go.
Baby, I can't wait to be done with all of this and just go be a family.
Me either, my love. Me either. Did you get the package?
Yes, had a look inside. CPUs, neural cores, major third-degree violations.
I don't like it any more than you do, but it will keep Maya off our backs for a while.
Fuck, Mel, it's too hot. Terrorist classified hot. By definition, we're terrorists now.
Don't be dramatic. We'll keep our heads down, let Maya have her fun, then eject from this whole mess.
Things used to be so simple around here.
I mean, this kind of confirms what we already found out, right? That they were helping out Maya in order to have a child. So I wouldn't say this is revealing all that much.
I can't shake the feeling that someone is onto us.
We've been careful. You're imagining things, Carl.
Maybe. I can't wait to be done with all of this and just
Oh, I missed the
go
beginning.
Be a family.
Okay, hold on.
I can't shake the feeling that someone is onto us.
We've been careful. You're imagining things, Carl.
Chimes.
Maybe. I can't wait to be done with all of this and just go be a family.
Me either, my love. Me either. Did you get the package?
Yes. Had a look inside. CPUs, neural cores, major third-degree violations.
I don't like it any more than you do, but it will keep Maya off our backs for a while.
Fuck, Mel, it's too hot. Terrorist classified hot. By definition, we're terrorists now.
Don't be dramatic. We'll keep our heads down, let Maya have her fun, then eject from this whole mess.
Things used to be so simple around here.
Not sure if the chimes are supposed to mean something or if it's just the sound that we didn't filter out.
Interesting. If only I knew where it was recorded.
Okay, they do mean something. Okay, so there was thunder. There was chimes. So it had to be outside. Oh, I know where there's wind chimes. Where the statue was. So right here.
Oh, those must be the chimes I heard on Leonard's tape. That means Carl and Katerina were here when they were recorded. I should have a look around.
Well, there's this apartment that we haven't checked out yet.
Looks like an apartment building. I don't have any reason to go up there.
Huh. Well, what else is around here?
An anatomically correct gentleman.
Voltaire's is here. Wait, should we check the bench?
I wonder. There's something taped here under the bench.
Huh.
A tape recorder. This must be what Leonard used to record Carl and Katerina. There's still a tape inside.
Ooh, that's exciting. And we're going to listen to the tape on the next episode, everybody. Well, we did get caught once in the church. Honestly, I expected like a gruesome... I thought the garbage was going to like blow our heads off or something. I expected like a gruesome death scene. But I guess it spared us that. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to listening to this tape on the next one. This is Luckless Lovelocks signing off for now, and I love you all.